watching a Retro Rewind Gamer. We are doing Final Fantasy X Remastered. This is going to be an episode where we are going to do some grinding, because we haven't really done any. It's been mostly cinematics. We do have a save sphere there, so this is really a great place, I think, to do a little bit of leveling up, grinding, get some sphere levels going so we can increase characters' attributes, hit points, and so on and so forth. Hopefully we can see some random battles here. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. If not, then we may have to move on in the story. Because nothing is coming up at this point. Well, no, I am moving backwards, so I might be getting to the point where at least I can at least get to some battles and not be very far from a save sphere. So we're just waiting. Here we go. So this is what I was waiting for, the random battles.
With 4 of us, this is no problem. Ha! It's over.
And what I'll do is I'll try to swap them out as much as I can.
Piece of cake.
So they can each get some different levels. I know Yuna right now doesn't have any. And she's gonna be the one that's gonna be kind of the toughest to get until we get more Aeons, obviously.
Oh yeah!
Let Waka do.
This is gonna take a while.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
Nope, it was Thunder. Was the one. It's a water
Need a good
type.
jolt?
I need a good jolt. So if we see one of those really big creatures, that's when Yuna can come out and bring out Baleful. Have everybody sort of take a whack at it to get at least one ability point. So we're just going to kind of roam around. This is sort of the grinding part of the game.
Take it easy, huh?
I'm fine. Oh yeah!
And really, magic's the only thing that really works on the flange. So that's what we do. So Titus just got a sphere level. He's now sphere level 2. We got an alert shield. So we gotta watch when we get items here to see what they do. There's some kind of an equipment. Let's see, if I go to equipment, no, it's not gonna be Lulu. So Alert Shield's gonna give him Sleep Ward. And this is gonna be Magic Defense +3. So we're gonna go with the Pearl Shield. Waka cannot really, well yeah, he's got. He can't really equip. He's got, yeah, we'll give him the Bright Arm Guard and we'll see. She's got the ring, so everybody else is set. So at this point of the game, what do you think of the level process? I mean, it's not the traditional RPG level where you gain a level and the stats are automatically enhanced. It's more of we'll swap Waka out for Yuna
I'm ready.
and summon Valefor. But what do you think of the level process? 'Cause it's gonna take a little bit longer, obviously, to max out characters. You may get, you know, your 99 hit points, but in terms of having all the strength attributes, defensive attributes, you're not really
Please, fight with us.
You're not really going to be maxed out. Well, let's see if it takes out the flan. Oh. So it does have black magic of its own. So I've already anticipated that this is going to be a much longer series because we're going to be probably doing some grinding in various locations. Depending, you know, on how things go. Obviously, we're going to end up with a whole bunch of different characters. We'll have Yuna hit this guy and then bring out Waka. We'll actually just bring Titus in and finish it off. And then we're gonna swap. We'll swap Waka back in. Lulu's got a sphere point, so she's got 2. Yuna's got 1. Titus has 2. Every now and then we're gonna check just to see what we can enhance in terms of abilities and stats. But for now, we just really want to go around and get into some random battles. So Yuna's gonna come out, Waka's gonna come in. And to save Lulu on her points, every now and then we're gonna swap her out for Yuna. And have Valefor cast Thunder. That way, she's not going through all of her points as well. Even though we are, like I said, we are near a sphere, a safe sphere, where we would get all of our points back. It's just the longer we can go without having to go back to that save sphere, the better off we're going to be. The more battles we can get in, the more sphere points or sphere levels we can earn. I think there's might be one over here too, so that kind of helps.
Let's do it!
So Titus will get the whack here. Yuna will come out, summon Valefor. $20 MP, so we'll probably be using Lulu a little bit more than Valefor until Valefor's numbers get better. But I do love the summons in this game, and they get better as we go on. I mean, this is just the first of quite a few summons to go. And the Aeons actually do make... Looks like there was this thing over here that I couldn't get to. What am I missing here? I'm still wondering. There's a white spot that I can't access unless it's some kind of safe sphere from...
Yuna! Aeon!
Just who do you think you are?
We don't need the Aeon here, so we'll bring Waka in. Lulu's got 72 magic points as it is, so she's going to be a little bit better right now. And Waka just got a sphere level, so everybody's got one. Want to try to get maybe up to about 3, possibly 4 this episode, then hit the sphere grid. Kind of see where we're at before going back to that save sphere. So this is kind of just a nice little free place to level up. It's not too tough of enemies. One hit, you can see Titus is now up to 3 sphere levels. The enemies are basically, they're one-hitters. So we can probably go around and do this for a while. I know it may get a little tedious.
Oh yeah!
And now we'll bring Yuna in
Let them come.
and get Veil 4 in here. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering,
Please lend us your strength.
this is the PS3 version of the remaster. And now Yuna's got 2 sphere levels. I know a lot of people are asking, because there have been so many remasters. We did see Final Fantasy Type 0 HD and then 15. But with all the older games getting remastered, 7 getting remade, what that really means for the franchise? Are we going to see? Are we going to see more games, more Final Fantasy games anytime soon? Or will we keep seeing remasters?
This is gonna take a while.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
I guess we're gonna say that every time I use Waka to attack one of those guys, but just your opinion. You can leave it in the comments below. What do you think of Square's decision to go and basically do all these remasters? You know, they're redoing some of the Mana games for the Switch, which I haven't played. I don't have a Switch yet. We're trying to find one. Have not been able to, but just again, you know, would you rather see new Final Fantasy games come out or remakes of the old ones? You know, and then there are those games that haven't come out in outside of Japan. For, you know, there's the original Final Fantasy 3. Which will probably make it into one of the polls here, the original, not the DS, but the original, and a couple other games that Square did that will probably go in the poll as well. I'm curious to see if you guys will pick that one. Will pick either one of those or not. But again, in the comments below, just let me know what your thoughts are, you know, about all the different remasters and remakes, and if you think, you know, 15 deserves a sequel, or do we need a 16? Do we need a 10-3?
Focus on the fight.
No worries.
That kind of thing. Waka. I don't wanna... Let's do a dark attack and just...
Stay down.
I know it takes away from his MP, but...
This is gonna take a while.
I'll handle it.
Yeah,
Step aside.
yeah, we got the point. So we're collecting up the spheres, and we will be hitting the sphere grid very shortly. Usually once a character gets around sphere level 4 is where I kind of want to take a look and see, okay, what can we do with them. Because remember, each node that you move counts as a level. So that's where I said it makes the leveling process a little bit harder, a little bit different than most games. Rocka's got big magic point or big hit points, so we're not too concerned with that. But we probably will make it over to the save sphere shortly, just to have everybody back to their max, including Veil 4. Because even though he gains hit points back when you're not using them, he could use the magic points as well. So
Let's do it!
in this case, we can just use the 3 of them to take these guys out. Boom. And I still love the way that you can do that kind of damage with a blitz ball. It was definitely a different game. Even when it came out, it was sort of a departure because remember 7 had the ATB, and it seemed like the Final Fantasy games were sort of going away from the active turn battle system, and then they went back to this. So we're gonna bring Yuna out again and summon Veil 4 just so she gets something out of this battle. But they went back to the turn base here, which is kind of nice because you can basically just kind of sit back and you don't have to worry about the enemy attacking you if something comes up. So he's got his overdrive. So we'll do Energy Blast here and see what it looks like, and then we'll do Energy Ray when he gets it the next time. Let's see what he does. Let's see what it looks like. And overkill of 1401. Nice job. That was... Now remember, I played this on the 2, and the picture was nothing as clear as this. I have to say, the clarity of the HD just blows me away. So Yuna can come out, Waka comes back in. Where's the arrow? There we go. On the flyer. There we go. Goodbye.
You're not too bad.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, braggart. Okay, so Titus is at 4 sphere levels. So we're gonna see what he can open up here on the sphere grid. So right now, I believe he's here. Got cheer. So we'll move. To here. Oh, I can't. I don't have a sphere? Raises defense. So where are the spheres? I can't do that one? It should, but it won't let me do it. Interesting. That would take his strength up by a point. But I'm still trying to figure out why this one is not. Unless he's already got that one. It's the only thing I can think of. No, it's not really highlighted. So, I guess he's got these already. And that would be kind of why. So, if we were to move again, where can we move to? See, there's still... So that would take him down to 0. But none of these are highlighted, so that's why I'm not understanding right now why he can't activate those nodes. What does he have to do first to activate those nodes? So anyway, we were able to do that. I think he's still at 3 sphere levels. I'm gonna have to look into that and see why can't he activate that node, which is just kind of weird. And we'll probably be making our way back to the save sphere as soon as Lulu, as she starts to run low on MP. We're gonna need to do that. So we're actually going to be hitting her sphere grid shortly as well. And I'm going to do some grinding offline, just because if I do all of the grinding here online, this is going to... Oh yeah! It's going to be a very, very long series. It's going to be as it is. But I just think that for the sake of it, you don't need to see me battling the same enemies for, 2-3 episodes in a row. We'll definitely do some grinding when we get to each location where it allows us. And start working our characters up, so as we get on into the storyline, we can then, focus on that, and not so much of the grinding. We're building up the guild, so that's always nice too. So for now, we're gonna head over to the save sphere. I'm not necessarily gonna save the progress yet. I'm just gonna go over to the save sphere and make sure to get everybody their hit points and magic points back. We'll all start afresh again. So we come down this way. And as long as we can just kind of do that. We're good. Get away from the beach and kind of head back and do a little bit more grinding here. I'm going to try to keep the episode a little bit shorter. Just because, again, we're seeing kind of the same enemies. If I can get to the bigger guys where... Oh, we were ambushed here. actually didn't really need Waka, but I'll bring him out anyway.
No worries.
I don't think he has... I don't think he has just a defend. I don't want to use Dark Attack. So he'll just attack and we're going to hear the same spiel again.
This is gonna take a while.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
So we'll go a little bit more toward Besaid. Okay, so Lulu's now 4 sphere points. So we're going to take a look at her. And she's already got some things filled out here, it looks like. So she has this stuff. Which way can we flow? Looks like we can flow this way. Because she's got water, fire, thunder. She's got basically all those spells. So... we have a couple of different ways that it looks like that we might be able to go. No. So we can move here. And we can get her 20 more magic points. I'm not sure what's in the middle, but we're going to have to work our way around the grid for that. So we will move here. And then we'll use the Mana Sphere. And now she's got 20 more magic points. Now, it doesn't give it to her right off the bat, I don't believe. Yeah, no, she's got 112, but she still used some of the other ones, so she's at 88 right now. But this is kind of how the leveling process works. It's not by numbers, by a level number. It's more by what you're doing on the sphere grid. So we'll bring out Yuna and Valefor again. Always good to have Valefor get his overdrive gauge up. That's the yellow bar underneath the name. Because when you get into some tougher fights, boss battles, it's always great to have them in overdrive mode. It's going to make things a lot easier. So he'll cast his thunder, or her thunder, or its thunder, whatever pronoun you want to give it. So everybody right now is at 2 sphere levels. Yuna's the closest to gaining 1. And obviously, I mean, the tougher the enemies get, the more ability points we're gonna get. This is just very early in the game, ambushed again, so we're not gonna see a whole lot of let's see, this is Titus hitting. Let's see, can she defend? There's no defend. So let's just attack. See what she says, if anything.
Let us Guardians handle the likes of these.
So at least that was a little different. And we'll let Lulu take over. I always thought of Yuna as, or I'm sorry, Lulu as like the gothy one. Which is kind of cool because that's sort of my background, but I always kind of considered her to be the gothy girl of the game. This was where we fought Kamari. Doesn't seem like we're gonna have any random battles over here. But we can do the save sphere at least. Which again gives us all of our HP and MP back. So now Lulu's gonna have 120, or I'm sorry, 112 magic points. And then everybody is fully healed at the same time. This becomes much more of a rigorous grinding game when you start to get more of the other characters, the other guardians, other characters that come back. You have to basically make sure that you have a very well balanced party. If you don't, okay, so Yuna can come out, Waka will come in. Hit Mr. Flyer. And then Thunder on the flank. Ooh. So really, Yuna only needs one more ability point to go to 3. Everybody else is in the 20s, so you can see we're probably not going to get a heck of a lot out of this grind in this episode, but I just kind of want you to see how the sphere grid looks, how it works, because...
What's up with that Kamari guy?
Never mind. We'll talk later.
Because if you haven't played it and you're looking at playing it, it's not the traditional level game. So I want to make sure that you guys understand how it works. I'm not saying that I'm the great gamer. I would say probably average, and it's probably been, let's see, this game came out in 2002, so about 18 years ago was when I beat this one. And yeah, I know Waka's gonna say the same thing. I probably should have brought Veil for him.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
She would have got another ability point. Even though everybody else is starting to come down. So we're getting some decent ability points here. And depending on if there's another Flan in the next battle, I'll bring Yuna in to get her that sphere level. I don't want her to fall behind. Not really needed here because Titus and Waka can handle these guys.
I'm on a roll.
We're building up the guilds, so when we do need items, stocking up on potions and remedies and those things, that's gonna come in handy. So again, as
Out of my way.
with any RPG, you have to be patient. You have to have patience. And I think this one is even more so because of the sphere levels being what they are. You know, I thought you had to be kind of patient with tactics. This one probably more so, because tactics only took about 100 experience to level your characters up. So it wasn't too bad. Okay, so we're gonna get Yuna in this
Hope
battle.
I make it to the tournament.
Waka can hit the flyer, and then we'll bring Yuna out to summon Veil for. They ran into each other there. It would be cool if you could have like just all 4 of them out there. But then the battles would be probably super easy. I mean, the Aeons make overkill there. And the Aeons will make the battles really, really easy as you go on. So, let's see. Titus and Yuna are at 3 sphere levels apiece. Now, when we get to the Dark Aeons and Omega Weapon, which I'm going to try to do, as I said, I'm going to try to cover as much of the game as I can. Those are going to be some tough battles, to say the least. Yuna will come out, Lulu will come back in.
Now what?
Do her thunder here, but like I said, I'm going to try to put in everything that I can. I can't guarantee I'm going to be able to beat the Dark Aeons or Omega and Ultima Weapon. So we got 3 with 3 sphere levels. Lulu's kind of lagging behind because we just did her, so but I'm going to try to conquer as much of the game as I can, try to get as close to 100% completion as I can, and hopefully I can bring that to you. And again, I mean, if you want to see me do the grinding, I know live streamers that do RPGs. You kind of have to do it in real time. Ooh, M-Mog. I think that's for. I think that's a Lulu thing. Nope, maybe not. Not sure what the M-Log does then. Let's see. I don't want to do that, I just want to see what the M-Log does, but won't let me, so we'll just continue on. But, again, if you would rather have me do the grinding offline, let me know. I can, in the comments below, I can do that.
Oh yeah!
That way. Oh man, Waka's gonna have to say the same thing again. I don't know what any of this stuff really does. So again, bring you out. Just because I don't want to keep saying the same dialogue over and over and over again. Kind of gets a little old and tedious. And we'll use the thunder here. And we're getting it close to its overdrive, which is definitely what we want. But probably in every location I will do at least one grind video just so you can see the monsters that are sort of around in each area. So Titus can do the overkill. Now let's let her do this and I know.
Let us Guardians handle the likes of these.
I knew that one was coming, so now she's at 3 sphere levels too. So we're getting the levels in. It's just how many attributes and how many hit points and magic points can the characters have by the time we're done here. So I'm going to bring Waka back in.
Jeez, tougher than I thought. It'll take more than one shot to do the job.
Why don't you let the boy handle that one?
Oh, the boy. Surprised Titus didn't have a comeback for that. The boy. So we're making decent progress. Again, we'll see kind of where our characters look as we reach the end of the episodes. We get ambushed yet again. Alright, I'm going to do a little something different here.
Aid us.
Use some white magic, and that way Lulu can do her thing as well. So Yuna's good, just not for summoning, but great to get those the white magic spells, the curative ones.
Oh yeah!
So let's see, this is now Yuna again. To cure herself, I think she's already at max. She needs more hit points. And that's why she's not really on the front line, because only 380 hit points is just not much. She only needs 3 ability points, though, to get to a 4th save sphere. Are we ambushed? We're ambushed again? Come on.
Oh yeah!
So let's see. Yuna took, actually it was Lulu that took the damage. Yuna did too, but okay, so now Yuna has her 4th sphere level, so we're going to go on to her sphere grid here. And she's already got Asuna and Cure. So this is basically kind of where she's at. At this point, she can move twice here, which will give her Null Blaze. Down here is Null Shock, Null Frost, so it's basically going to, I think it's going to just basically sort of null out those spells. So we'll move her to 2, and we'll use the ability sphere to do Null Blaze for now, and we'll leave her at 2. Like I said, by the end of this episode and the beginning of the next episode, the characters may look a little different. Just again, I'm probably going to do some leveling. So there's the null blaze. Not really sure what it does. I mean, it's not gonna
Shield us from fiery fury.
Okay, so it's gonna be a fire shield, even though this thing's gonna cast water anyway. I like the way the fire balls go around. It's kind of cool. And another pearl shield, which we already have one of those, and it is equipped. So Titus always seems to start the battle off. And I know
Sit back and watch.
we're gonna hear the dialogue. It's gonna take a while.
This is gonna take a while.
I'll handle it. Step aside.
So probably after this we'll do one or two more battles, head over to the safe sphere, and maybe go to the sphere grid with what everybody's got and see what we can do here. So I want to sort of start getting closer to the path back to the safe sphere. But I still want to get into some battles. So here we got a preemptive strike. And Titus has his overdrive. The spiral cut. We're going to use it. Because really the only way he's going to learn the next one is if he casts if he does the spiral cut enough. So that's why I wanted to do it. Here we'll build up the overdrive again, and then hopefully he can learn his second overdrive skill, which is going to do more than what that one did. So an overkill there. And now Titus has 4 sphere levels. So like I said, when we get back to the safe sphere, I'll go through and I'll see what we can do with each character. And then before the next episode, I'll do a little bit more grinding here. So here I want to swap her out for Waka.
Yeah! This sword is awesome!
And I'll do
Told
some leveling offline, just to kind of get us ready for the next area of the game. And then, like I said, in each area we'll do probably one grinding episode, unless you guys want to see more than that. You know, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But just, again, leave it in the comments below how you want to see it done. Because as always, I try to gear this channel more toward you and what you guys are looking for. This was the game that you guys voted in. It was a tight poll. But this was the one that won. Did I go the wrong way? Yes, I went the wrong way. So see, I don't claim to be the gamer. I just have fun, enjoy talking to you guys. So we're gonna go into the sphere grids and we're gonna look again at Lulu. She's got 3 sphere levels. So she can basically move this way, which gives her an evasion of 2 points. And we will use, since we have a little bit more in the way of speed spheres, we will use those. And she still has 1 move left, which raises her magic by 2 points. So we will move her there. And here we use a mana sphere. So now we slide over to Titus. So he hasn't learned Flee yet. And I still don't know if he's learned these. It's weird. He has to have. So we'll use the speed sphere there. So his agility's increased. Here his accuracy will increase. And let's see, where else can he move? Looks like to the center, which there's nothing there right now, so we'll move over to Waka, who's got 3 sphere levels that he can move. And it looks like that's going to give him 20 magic points, which is kind of nice. So we will use that. And this will raise his magic up 2 points. And let's see. This is where I think it's going next, but the node's empty, so we will go back to Yuna. And we'll do the null shock here. And we can do null frost. Okay. Being a little weird there, but we'll move her here and learn that. So next will be the null tide, which is the anti-water, and then she'll have the center part of her sphere done. So basically that's where we're at this point, and that's where we're going to wrap up this episode of Retro Rewind Gamer Final Fantasy X HD Remastered. As always, leave your comments below as to, like I said, the grinding, what you want to see, if you want to see that online or offline. Let me know. Also, what you think of the leveling system here. It is different from the other Final Fantasy games in terms of, again, it's not, you know, you don't gain levels, you gain sphere levels, and then each move on the sphere grid costs 1, which can be kind of a pain. Like I said, it might take a little bit longer to get the characters kind of beefed out, but, you know, I can do that either online or offline. Let me know, again, what you want on that one, and what you think of the level system and the battle system. And so far we've only seen 1 Aeon. We'll see more. But again, leave your comments down below, or opinions and feedback. I always love hearing from you, and respond as soon as I see them. And also, please like, subscribe, and spread the word. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye-bye.